Hi, it's Amy back for day 3 of my December daily, and I didn't like any of the 3s that I have down, and I have an idea for what I want for this page. So I'm going to be cutting on my Silhouette Cameo, just on cardstock, and I found usually when I cut on just basic cardstock, 3 or 4 is good for me. So I'm just going to set my blade depth there, and I'm going to send this big 3 that I have. And I'll just do a quick double pass. I always like to make sure that it cuts all the way through. So I've also cut the reverse of the 3 so that I can glue this on the back and it will match exactly, which is what I love about using my Silhouette Cameo. And I failed to remember that it had a little strip at the top, but I have a few ideas on how I can overcome that. I might put like a little strip of washi at the top or something like that. Cool. All right, I'll grab the rest of my stuff and move this cameo out of the way and show you how I'm planning on bringing day number 3 together. Okay, so let me show you the supplies that I've gathered here. I have my 3 that I cut, and I have 3 photos. Sorry, I piled a whole bunch of stuff up here. 3 photos that I'm planning on using. This is a photo that I took of our fence with the Christmas lights. We have the classic old Santa lights, so they are really brightly colored and you can see them well. Then I have a photo that I took of the view on my walk home from dropping Max off at school this morning, and then a picture of the dog out in the snow. So what I'm going to be documenting today is the amount of snow that we've had in Edmonton. I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We had snow the last 36 hours or so, and we've got tons now. So I'm going to do a little bit of stamping, and I'm going to kind of shuffle all of these things around. The other thing that I did in preparation for this was make this card, and it's hard to read. I did that kind of on purpose. I have the colors of our Santa lights are red, green, yellow, blue, and white, so I've made each letter that, and the white letters are hard to see. The background is a really, really light pink, kind of matching the Crate Paper Merry Days collection. And so it is tricky to read, but it reads the lyrics of my favorite Christmas pop song. I have other favorite Christmas songs that aren't pop songs, but it says, "All the lights are coming on now, how I wish that it would snow now." It's a song by the Ravenettes. If you've never listened to it, you should. It's awesome. And so I'm going to include that here as well because it was just so perfect for yesterday. My husband went and found my CD and put it on for me, so that was kind of a nice way to spend the day. So what I had for foundation pages, I had a Merry card from the Paisley Press kit here that I think I'm not going to use for this spread. And on this side, I had some stuff. I had a pink 3. I'm going to take that out. I've cut this transparency. It has like white polka dots on it, and I'm planning on using that. And I have some little pieces because I'm going to make a bit of a shaker pocket with this to be the snow. So that's kind of what I'm planning there. And then the page protector that I had the 2 3x4s at the top and the 4x6 at the bottom. And I'm actually going to remove this. I'm not going to be using it. And this is, when I do foundation pages, this is how flexible it is. Like, I'm just not even going to worry about that right now. I will probably put something similar back in the future, but for right now, I'm going to leave that. And I'm going to look for a either the 3x8 2 pocket page where it's 3x4 3x4, or a 6x8 4 pocket page that I'll cut down for this one here. So I have a 3x4 4 pocket page from the 6x8 pages. This is a Becky Higgins one, design 4 for her 6x8 pages. And I'm just going to cut off the outer 2 because that's where I'm planning on adhering my big 3, is kind of off the side here. So I'm going to start by just kind of getting things in the pockets where I'm intending for them to be. This is going to go up here. One thing I kind of dislike about pocket page scrapbooking is that you are always working on the back, or you're flipping back and forth to get the ones on the back. It's a minor inconvenience. It's really not a big deal at all, but sometimes it just gets me. I don't know about you. And then I'm gonna take these 2 photos and I'm gonna put them over here. Actually, I think maybe I want to switch. No, I think that's good. So I was planning on I cut down one of the tags from the tag notepad in the Ali Edwards main kit to make just this little piece. And I'm planning on putting that up there, but I want to stamp on it first. So I'm going to keep it out for a second. And then this is where I'm going to put the 3 coming off the side here, which makes me realize that I've already got my day 4 started. You guys can see it here. And I can talk about that a little bit later in the video. But I've got a problem in that the 3 and the 4 are too lined up. Like you see that they're too close together. So what I'll probably do to separate them out a little bit is add in a transparency page here. I think I pulled one out at the beginning of the album that I can add back in, but I'm not sure where I put it, so I'll have to look for it here. Okay, so in terms of my little shaker pocket, I'm going to use some of these big asterisks from Colorcast Designs. And I've got a red one here too. That's perfect. I'm not sure if I love this green one. It doesn't really match with the vibe that I've got going on here, so I'm probably going to leave it. I've got some other stuff that I think will match better. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I make a shaker, I get a little anxious. It's probably just a me thing. I always have it kind of set down a certain way, and then I'm like, but I wanted it to stay that way. That was kind of the goal. So what I'm planning on doing here is adhering my shaker pocket down. Like, I'm not going to let it really shake. I guess I'm taking the shake element out of the shaker pocket, and I wanted to include some of these little lights. This is just confetti that Jessica made for this year, and it's super cute. I might even, you know what, the music note's not a bad idea either because of the song. I'm gonna sit on that. I might use that yet. Might be a good idea. It's funny. A lot of you know that I'm a musician. I teach piano classes, and I have quite a number of students. I have weekly about 100 students that I see. And I really hesitate to use music supplies in my scrapbooking. Like, I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure if it's because my daily life is like so much music that I don't want to do it in my scrapbooks, or that I just don't love music products in general. I'm not sure. Anyways, that's an analysis for a different day. So I'm going to pull this out here because I have a couple of stars, and these are sticky back, so I want to stick them down as quickly as I pull them out here. And I think I'll probably have to work the asterisks in between. And the reason I grabbed this one is because the green was the right green. So it had a good green to start with, which I wanted to use. And it looks like I don't have any little tiny itsy bitsy blue ones left. Take this little gray one because I wanted to have kind of like a snow feeling with the stars there too. And I don't have any bright yellow stars here either. So I think what I might do, I don't even think that I have a good yellow ink. So I'm just going to grab a marker. And I'm going to test it first to see. Oh, that's a little too dark. Well, but with this, it's not bad. So these are just, I have not a huge collection, I would say a small collection of Spectrum Noirs. I don't use them enough to really invest in Copics. I have, oh, that's better. I like that yellow better. And all I have left is a gray one here. I don't even have a white one. So I am just going to color one of these to turn it into the color that I need, which is great. The great thing about chipboard. especially this one from Ali, this is like it's not shiny, it doesn't have a sheen on top. So that coloring worked out really easily there. So now I've got kind of a selection of colors. I'm actually going to move these down here for a second. And I'm going to think about where I want these guys. I might actually, as I'm looking at this, I might end up just dumping some sequins in here at the end. If you've never used Jessica from Colorcast Designs, if you've never used her wood veneer before, this is a great opportunity to see kind of how it works. It has adhesive backing on it already, so you don't even have to adhere it down, which is fantastic. I thought I got this one stuck down. Oh, it didn't have a back. Interesting. Oh, I pulled it right off of the sticky back. I see what happened there. Okay, I'm going to try a different star. Don't want to take the time to go through and try and stick that one down. So her wood veneer is really, really easy to use because it has those that adhesive already on the back. Actually, you know what, now that I've done that, if I'm going to add sequins, I don't really need these asterisks. I'm going to put those to the side for now. Okay, so I'm going to call that good for now. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to adhere my 3. So I'm going to pop this one in the pocket. This is going to be a little bit tricky. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide that over there. Okay, so I ended up switching tack a little bit. I'll show you. I didn't end up liking my stamping. I've made another 3 here. This one, I'm going to take the chipboard off and probably use it again. But I've decided that instead of doing more stamping, which I am bad at and do not like the results, I'm just going to journal on this 3 because I was realizing I have nowhere for my journaling to go on this page. So that's what I'm going to do instead, is add my journaling here on the 3 so that it's all together. And I'm going to try adhering down the, where did my glue dots go? I'm going to put these back on first so that I can journal around them. And when I pull them off of the other 3, I wrecked the backs, the adhesive backs. Oh man, so I'm going to struggle again like I did with my other one. And I decided that I'm going to actually put them not directly onto the 3. I'm going to have them kind of coming off of the 3 because I put this piece of transparency down. I had a little bit more of that polka dot transparency to help me turn the 3s because they were a little bit wimpy. They were a little bit weak. And I want to be able, like when my son grabs it, I don't want to be worrying about it. So I'm just going to staple these stars on, which actually helps me get them on in a little bit more of a, I don't know, I would say delightful little way. And then I'm going to add my journaling. So this is just a tiny attacher. I have the Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And then I'm going to add my journaling. So I just put here, we got a record amount of snowfall over the weekend. 20 centimeters from Saturday night to Sunday morning, or to Monday morning. The snow filled the rink and is up to my knees in some places. Max and Farley love it. Yeah, the dog and the kid have both been going crazy. So now I'm going to reattach this one. The new one, I suppose. It's not necessarily reattached, it's attached for the first time. Get some adhesive on there. And I think what I'm going to do this transparency. I'm just wanting to mark the edge here. I want it to come out to here. Where are my scissors? This is the edge. But I don't actually want it to be squared off like this. I want it to be round. So I'm just going to round it out myself. And this is going to be a total eyeball. So if anybody wants to ask me, oh, how did you do that? I just kind of made it up as I went along. Musicians in general are kind of good at that. Making it up as we go along, that's what I mean. And then I think what I want to do on the edge here is I want to use one of these and have like a little bit of a grabber. But I am going to, I was going to add some red line tape, but I don't see it obviously on my desk here. So I might wait until it falls off, if it falls off. I had the, once one of these fell. Okay, so I'm almost done here. I'm just going to add the weather to this, or the temperature to this. And it's -6. This is, I hope you guys realize, Celsius. I live in Canada. I have no idea what that is Fahrenheit. So I won't even speculate. And I will put that one in there. So this side is done. It's got the picture of the dog out in the snow. Our dog is a winter dog. He was born in December, so he remembers snow from when he was a puppy, and every time it snows, he just goes absolutely crazy. So he was really enjoying it this morning on his walk. And then I've got my card that I made over here, my photo of the lights, my little bit of a shaker pocket, and then my 3 with a little tab here to pull it over to the other side. And then this is just the picture of my walk home this morning. So there you have it. I added a little snowflake there, and I put together a little bit of a sequin mix, and I'm gonna tuck it inside the pocket here, and we'll see how it falls. Like I said before, I'm not really a huge fan of it all just kind of wandering around in the pocket. Of course, now I can't get it from one hand to the other. Because it always settles at the bottom. So if I want to come back in here and adhere any of these sequins, I might do that. I'm not going to adhere a whole handful of sequins. That seems like an overreaction to the issue. I will probably fuse this pocket closed with my fuse tool, but I don't know if I'll be doing it right away. So I'm going to leave it like this for now. Try and shake it up a bit so that it's got a little bit of movement and a little bit of personality. And then we'll tuck it in, back in there. And there you go, a really colorful spread for today, number 3. And oops, got a sequin there. I hope you learned from my somewhat successful layout, somewhat unsuccessful layout, and enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Bye.